Hey everyone, I am Lyndon Jones Jr., and this is Boxing Therapy. On this episode, we're going to talk about Louis King Kong Ortiz, who is 24 and 0 with 21 KOs. He is the WBA interim champion who has finally found his opponent. He's been having difficulty finding one. He will be facing former world title challenger Tony the Tiger Thompson, who is 40 and 6 with 27 KOs. Now, he was supposed to fight Alexander Dimitrienko on March the 5th, but apparently he dropped out of the fight because apparently he wanted too much money to fight Ortiz, so that fight didn't happen. I want to. He was also before. My bad. Ortiz is kind of feared in the division currently because I want to say he because of his boxing skill. He has a very he's from the Cuban school of boxing. Also because I guess back he also tested positive for steroids once upon a time, so some people may think he might still be juicing, and definitely want to get drug tests done when they fight this guy. There was even a chance before Thompson stepped in to, that he took this fight against Ortiz, that Samuel Peter, the Nigerian Nightmare, was going to fight him. Last time, I haven't heard his name in a long time. Last time I remember him fighting was, I think, against Vladimir Klitschko when he lost. Luis Ortiz's last victory was against Bryant Jennings, who ended up stopping TKO stoppage in his last fight. Tony Thompson, he got Tony Thompson at very short notice, but this is a good opponent for Ortiz currently. Even though I'd like to see Tony Thompson or Malik Scott. That would have been either one of the fights would have been good. But Tony Thompson's cool with me. Tony Thompson. He's probably the slower fighter of the two, but he's very crafty. He's very crafty with his, and he has decent defense. Thompson's last fight was against Malik Scott, and he lost via unanimous decision. Even though Thompson scored a knockdown in the fight. So we know he's got power behind those, behind his punches. I can see Thompson stalking Ortiz around the ring. He's sort of a pressure fighter, power puncher, but I don't know if he can keep up with the Cuban school of Ortiz. Because Ortiz got some really good footwork. He has a really good jab. Something Malik Scott was kind of doing in the last fight, but he wasn't throwing his jab as much. He's kind of just moving around a lot. So I didn't. But besides that, he didn't really throw the jab out against Thompson in that fight. So it's all a matter of, will Thompson have enough defense to hold off the better boxer, which is Ortiz. Now, on the flip side, does Ortiz have the punching power to affect and hurt Tony Thompson? Because when you look at Ortiz, he really hasn't been up against too many big names in the heavyweight division. I mean, he really hasn't at all. With him having 24 victories. So we don't really know the full extent of his power. From his punches, because like I said, Jennings, who is a good heavyweight. He's a good heavyweight, but he's a smaller guy in the heavyweight division. Not big as the rest, like Vladimir Klitschko, Tyson Fury. Top name guys. We don't know if Ortiz has the power to actually hurt these guys. Knock them out. Ortiz is a big. Ortiz right now is in a big WBA tournament at the moment. I guess they're trying to get rid of all the titles in the division and just have one, unanimous one champion in the division. Getting rid of all these other unnecessary belts they have. I want to say if he gets past Tony Thompson, he will be facing Alexander Ustinov of Russia, who is 33-1 with 24 KOs. Guess he's a pretty decent boxer. From what I heard, they're already in talks to make this fight happen between him and Ortiz. After the winner of that, they face the winner of Tyson Fury versus Vladimir Klitschko, too, the rematch possibly. So maybe looking at a title shot for Ortiz next year sometime if everything falls through how it's supposed to. I'm gonna conclude this episode with that. Hit the thumbs up if you like this video. Again, I'm Lyndon Jones, and this has been another episode of Boxing Therapy. Catch you guys in the next one.